Hello guys, Orvil, Edward Walcott here. I want to share with you a story from a person named Matt and also another guy named Chris as well as my dad. And the reason being why I'm sharing all these examples is because all of them have a background in farming. And the problem that farmers have is the problem why most businesses don't work. So here it goes. So when you're a farmer, here are the problems that you have in your business. Number one, you've got to spend a lot of money, hundreds of thousands, on hiring machinery, hiring crops, planting those crops, and then praying and hoping that something you have no control over, the weather, that it gives you the right yield on your return. If it does, great. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. So therefore, something within that business model of farming, you have no control over, that is the weather. Now, assuming the weather is good, and this is where, guys, most businesses go wrong, you then can't compete over the price of your commodity. Why? Because let's say I'm Sainsbury's or Asda, a large supermarket. You aren't the only person supplying me, if it's bread or it's going to be or wheat, whatever it is. There are multiple other people I can choose from. Therefore, you, the producer, you're at the mercy of someone else. So there are two things there as a farmer. You're at the mercy of the weather and also big suppliers who, assuming the weather is okay, you have no control over it. And there are other variables as well. You're hiring staff. That could be its own problem. That is one of the reasons why most businesses, in fact, 80% of businesses fail. 80% all over the world fail within their first 18 months. And invariably, the people who started them end up in a much, much worse financial situation. They've remortgaged their home and they end up worse, working again for someone who they didn't want to work for in a job they find unfulfilling. Here are just some of the reasons from a business standpoint why this business model online is much better. Number one, a low startup cost. Number two, you will not have to speak to people if you don't really want to. Number three, in terms of marketing campaigns, we decide and create the marketing campaigns for you. Marketing campaigns can be very, very complicated. We do all that for you. We have what's called copywriters. Copywriting is a skill of how you write a sales letter and an email letter, the best copywriters can actually earn seven figures. We have all of those in-house. Another issue as well is that when it comes to be getting what's called, and this is probably the biggest reason, you control the quality and the amount of money you get paid. Yes, for example, I gave the example that say you're setting up a restaurant or any other business, you have to lay out hundreds of thousands of dollars before you can hope to see a return. With us, you can see a return very, very quickly. When we have people like myself they're getting paydays of 1,200, 3,500 within 3 or 4 weeks, some even sooner. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you that because that would be wrong of me to do that. What I'm saying though is you will not need to shell out hundreds of thousands. You can start seeing a return very, very quickly. Also as well, in terms of, if you look here as well, I've said also, it's not location dependent. Now, this is important because somebody used the term laptop lifestyle. A laptop lifestyle. You could be anywhere in the world, and if you have an ordinary business, you have to go to that location, and it's location dependent. Whereas with this business, you could be anywhere in the world, so long as it's got an internet connection, you're sorted. And that is not only financial freedom, it's also time freedom. I work with guys like Mark, James, Sarah. These are people who were six-figure income earners in the corporate world, but they had financial freedom, but they had no time freedom. Now they can go to anywhere in the world, skiing in Switzerland, on holiday in Jamaica, anywhere they want to. They can see their children, go to their school plays. Not many dads go to that. So they get a chance to actually watch their children grow up and have a lifestyle of freedom because their business does not depend on going to a certain location, say if it's a law firm or if it's a firm of accountants or whether it's a hairdresser's. It has complete time freedom. So, that's a reason why I would suggest click on the link below, look for just $49 to get started, and you get a chance to poke around. For just $49, you can see a system. You also